start the topic. So today we are going to discuss about the activities, Devendra. Okay. The topic is activity, and from now we are going to continue this activity concept till 1 week. Okay. So first we'll understand what is called activity and what kind of methods will be there. So activity is a rule which is used to implement the business logics, like how we use the data transform, data pages, report definition to interact with the database, right? There is a different perspective, like when you use data transform you are using some kind of functions, right? You're using functions, and as well as data transform is providing you few of the features to interact more easily, like append and map to set and update page, and also run data transform, and as well you have the for each page in and these kind of features, right? And when you have the report definition, you have some other details like other information, like you can fetch the report, you can create the report, you can make the like a drill down reports. We'll discuss those things, and we can do the joins as well. And when it comes to database, you know how it is going to use a source of the data source, and it is going to be maintain the cache memory. So in the same way, activity, what it is going to do, which is going to use the complex business logics. If you are not going to do anything, like if you are not able to do the things by using data transform, if you are not going to do some things by using report definition or data pages, you can go with the activity methods. Why we can't go directly? Because this is going to run few of the OOTP methods. Because of that, many rules will run in the backend. So if your code is very simpler and it is going to be intermediate level, then you can go with the data transform first option, or else based on the requirement you can go with the report definitions and others. But when it is going to be complex business logic, which is like a kind of email notification, like a kind of some kind of interaction with the external databases and running some kind of queries. So these kind of scenarios we can go with these activities. So which is going to run the business logic by using OOTP methods. Okay, so this can be created under the technical category. So once you move to the records tab, and once you move to the technical category, there you can create the activities. Okay, and as well as, and activity is an instance class of rule obj activity. So where you can see all of your activity rules. Rule obj activity is the class where these activities are going to store. So let's understand method. What is called method? So before that, so once we move to the records tab, right? Under the records tab, under the technical category, you can see the activity. Just click on this, you can see all the instances of the activities, which are almost 256 pages are there. Each page is containing almost 20. So like this, so many OTP features are available for us. Let me take one of the feature, like send email notification. This is one of the activity method. Already many activities will be there already, so these are we can use anytime whenever we need. So this is going to be given by Java, and this one developed by Java, right? So it is going to be very easier to implement in our logic. So by using these kind of OOTP features, we can make simpler our logic. Okay, so rather than again starting coding everything, so we can use this kind of. So this Java code is going to prepare all your send email notification, like your it will prepare your to CC and from address, everything. We just need to pass some parameters to make the code is done. Okay, so like this it will prepare everything. So like this, so many OOTP features are available for not only email notification. You can browse the result, you can fetch the results, you can open the results, you can save back to the database, you can load the data pages, you can load the report definitions, you can call the data transform, decision tables, decision trees, declare expressions, any rule you can call by using these OOTP features. So if you open one of the feature, like any of the method, so it's already in private edit because it's locked. So if you want to add any of the thing, you can directly add a step. Once you add a step, right, so this is the label. We can give the label identification and loops and main condition, and here we can include all our methods. These are the methods PEGA is providing right now to us. So in this, we'll pick few of the important methods and we'll discuss in the scenario basis. Okay, and I will explain you when to use this loop and when conditions, how to go with step page, how to use the jump method, and how to use this uh, labels, and how to change these loop conditions. We'll see this based on the scenario basis. Okay, and what is called method? So I'm saying from last 2 minutes, like what method, right? So method is the one like which is going to already having the predefined business logic. So which is already PEGA is providing you predefined logic, so you don't need to worry about to design again new Java code. If you want, you can do as well, but mostly PEGA won't prefer to create new one, which is going to give all of the Java features which is already exist, means which is already predefined. So PRPC provides different methods; those can be accessed under the drop down, like in the activity rule you can see right under the drop down you can select this and you can pick any of the methods. And this call, branch, and collect, call, branch, and queue are not methods. These we call interactions. I will discuss about these things, but rest all the things are methods only. And so the purpose of this using methods, we can make the code is more simpler, like whatever the logics also, whatever the complex business logic also, you can make it more simpler. And this can be done in very easy way by using these predefined logics. Okay, but how many steps you are allowed to create? Usually in activity based on your business logic it will increase, right? So you are going to write the logics only, like how many steps are limited, steps are how many, like this. If I open few of the methods, let's say this one, this is having 5 methods, right? So let me open some other method, any of the OTB method will try to open. Okay, let's try to open this one only, obj open, this is okay. Yeah, save commit or delete, which is save. You can see this, right? So inside one activity we can open one more activity by using this call. Some other methods are there, I will come to this point. So based on your business logic you are going to implement multiple steps, right? Like how many steps are limited to enter as per the PEGA recommendation. We are allowed to enter only 28 steps, we should not cross more than 28. PEGA is accepting to add only 28 steps if you are having more than 28 steps, right? Rather than adding in one activity, you can maintain the other initiatives. Like you can call, so in this activity we can call another activity also. So by using few of the initiations we can use the interaction, we can use that. So that is called call method. By using this call method we can call one more activity into another activity, so like that we can reduce the size of the activity. So this is the 10 steps, right? But if you use this another activity here, so this is having 2 steps, so 2 steps are reducing in one single step, right? In the same way, let's say this is the one, this is send email notification, right? So in this one where currently it's 5 steps, but if you don't call this activity, right, if you try to call the same thing, it is having 7 steps. So avoid, so to avoid these multiple steps you can call one activity to another activity. By using that we can follow some kind of instructions. So those instructions are call, branch, and call, branch, and queue. Call, branch, and queue, so these are not methods, these we called as instructions, branch and queue. So if you observe this one, whenever you create a new activity, right? So when once you're adding the steps, if you want to call any other activity, you need to use this call, branch, or queue, anything. So there are separate independency into this one. Call will, I will say this call when to use and branch when to use and queue when to use. So these we called as instructions. Once you click on call and give some space, and you can call any of the other activity, you can just need to copy that and you can give the rule name here. So once you call here, so this is going to pick automatically. You can see the crosshair icon is visible, right? So like this we can call the methods. So this is just an introduction I'm giving. We'll try to call the other methods and I will create a new activity, then you can understand easily like why I'm calling and what is the point of calling. Once you call, how this is going to execute and all the things we'll observe. So let me create a new activity. So before going to that, I just want to give a few more information. So what activity can do? We understand like activity is going to run the business logic, complex logics. By to do that, we are using OOTP methods. Method is the one which is going to have the predefined logics. And how many steps we can do means we can do only 28 steps. So if I have more than that, I can use some kind of instructions to call one activity to another activity. In that way, I can reduce the size of the activity. Only 28 steps is the PEGA is recommending. You can do more than that as well, but PEGA is recommending to not to do more steps, so others cannot understand and system cannot perform these many steps at a time. Okay, now let's understand what activity can do. So activity can do many things. Like in a simpler manner, activity can create pages in the clipboard temporarily, and we can use the existing pages also, and it can assign the values if already some value is there in the clipboard. If you want to update those things also possible. We can assign the values to properties, we can modify the values to the properties, and we can save the data back to the properties, and we can change the value of the properties, and also we can call one of the other activities also. We can call one few more activities from other place, from different class also we can call into current activity. So this is the things is possible, and we can call the database tables, we can call db tables, and as well as we can pass the queries also. We can again pass the queries, and we can fetch the data, and we can update the data, even fetching or updating back to the database, and we can even do deleting also back in table any records. If you want to delete, you can do that. And as well we can call any other application, we can interact with other system application. So these many things we can do many things, but these are the common things we are going to work on. So to do this, there are very specific methods as well. Few of the methods I want to discuss with you. So few of the important methods about what we are going to discuss. So method number one is like page new. So if you want to create anything in the clipboard structure level, if you want to create any new pages or anything, any new pages, any existing pages, if you want to maintain right in the clipboard, you can use this method called page new. Second one is page remove. So this is the one which is going to remove the page after your usage of your use of any of the page you created, right? Definitely you have to remove from the clipboard, or else it will stay there only. So we don't need to maintain any unnecessary pages in the clipboard level, right? So to avoid that, we can use this method to remove the pages from the clipboard. And third method, we can use the property set. Property set is the method. By using this one, you can set the values to the properties. Let's say already property is having age is 21. It's dynamically I want to pass something and I want to change it. So some value is already in the clipboard level, you can update it, and you can add new value also if some value is not passing to the property in the clipboard. So by using this activity, you can update it, or else you can fetch the data, you can update it by using this property set method. Set values to properties. And this one you can observe here. So let me create a new application, sorry, new activity. So let's say test. I'm creating under one branch. So the class I want to pick under the interaction class I want to do. So first method, you can give the method, let's say page new, like this. So once you create the page new, if you expand, right, so this will expect some page list, page new class methods, but we don't need to mention this one. So you can maintain the step page by using step page you need to mention in the pages and classes. Based on that, this will get added in the clipboard structure. So let me create a new page. So let's say I want a page that is temporary page in the clipboard under the class of same class. Let's say under this class only I want to create. And once you add this class, so this page is going to, so right, in the clipboard level, whatever the page you create also, it is belongs to one class, even py work page as well, if you observe in the clipboard structure, right? So once you save this and add this step page right here, once you click on drag and drop option, you can see the primary means main class, param or temporary page which you created just now. Once you select this one, and you need to give a description why you are creating. So creating a new temp page. So if you save this automatically, once you run from here, just ignore about this error message. So just I'm running here. Once you click on run, right? So while running this one, this logic is going to run, activity is going to run standalone. and once you click on run, right, so it will show the success or failure status, how it is going to return the content. So once it is success, you can directly open the clipboard from here. Once you open the clipboard, you can see temporary page is going to be created in the backend. This is the page, but there is no properties are present into this page. Like this, we can create a temporary page in the backend. Backend in the sense in the clipboard level. Like this, page new method will work. And if you want set some properties into this one, and one more thing, Devendra, we can even run it in the like two ways we can run the activity. Two ways of running the activity. One is in the flow level, means like how we run the data transform on the clicking on the button, on selecting the link, on changing the value, on drop down, something like that we used to call the activity, right? On the flow level, on the pre data pre conditions, post condition, in that way we can configure, we can run the activity. So we will take some parameters in the flow level, then based on that we'll pass it and we'll run the activity execution, or else we can do the standalone part. Standalone means if you want to do some kind of executions, let's say for me some emails are not triggering, so in the flow level it is not triggering means, so in the production level if any issues comes means we have to fix it. So if you are want to do any kind of standalone things without running, without changing any kind of flow, if you want to delete few things, if you want to update few things, then by running one OTA, one time run activity you need to create, you need to fix the issue and you need to run and check. So those kind of things also possible by running the standalone. Directly when you run the activity, right, those things are possible. But if you run want to create it and you want to take some parameters from the flow level, based on that only if you want to execute, we have some other way to do that, like how we have done in the pre-processing and post-processing. Following, Devendra?
Yes.
So now let me show you like how the property set is going to be. I will make a proper scenario also. First we'll go with the introduction part. Then I will show you the proper scenario how the methods are going to work. So let me take the property set method. So this method is going to work to set some properties on which, let's say if I take the step page, on this page I want to few set properties. If I don't give the any kind of page, right, this is going to pick the runtime method, means runtime step page will be there, so that step page it will execute. I will show you by running the try while showing the tracer. So here I'm setting few property values. On page I created few things, and in this I want to take few of the already I created under this class, right, this page is created under the interaction class, right. So that is the reason when I give dot, this page related class properties are going to be taken. So let's say here I want to take few of the things, and I want to take few more properties like account type. So here once I check out and save it, so this is going to, when I run it standalone, so without calling anywhere externally into any of the methods, so directly I'm running this. You can click on trace as well. Once you click on trace and select running, right, so this is going to be run in the tracer. You can observe this is, here you can see first new page, first it is running on the run record primary page, because before creating the temporary page this is going to run in the run record primary page when the activity is beginning. Then new page is getting created as temporary page, property set is getting set, and after that it is going to be end. Once you click on this temporary page, right, you can see values are going to set on the respective properties. So after that again it is coming back to run record primary page, activity is getting stopped. So now if you go to clipboard, you can observe the page is going to created in the backend, and on this page this property set is going to work. Like this way we can update the changes. If you're already having few of the properties, you can easily update it as well. Like this property set is going to work, And also by using page remove method, we can remove the page from the clipboard after running these values. After setting few values, we can remove the pages. So same page, whatever you mentioned in the step page, this is going to remove the page from the clipboard. So after you run this one, this is not going to this will run, and this will set the values, and after that this will remove the values, remove the page. So even if you go to clipboard also, you cannot see the temporary page. This is temp encrypted parameter space something, but this is not going to be present with the temporary page, because this method is going to execution and everything. After that it is removing page from the clipboard after execution of the values. Like this page remove method will works. Like this few methods are present. So those methods again I want to discuss, like based on the scenario basis. Let me take the new methods. Like you can use Obj-Browse. This is one of the method. By using this, we can interact with the database table, and we can fetch multiple results. This is used to fetch multiple results, multiple pages, multiple page list values. Okay, this is going to be page list structure. Okay, it will fetch only multiple results from the table, and the data structure is going to be page list, and data is read only read only data it is going to bring, not editable one. And few more methods are present. What is one of the method is obj open. This obj open is the one, if whenever if you want to open only single record based on the key. Let's say I want to fetch Aadhaar information based on the Aadhaar ID. So you are passing only one record. By passing only one instance, if you want to fetch multiple results, right, you can go with this obj open one. Obj browse means, let's say I want all my students information, all my customers information, and at least first 500 records. In that way you can go with Obj-Browse. If you want to go with only fetch single instant based on a key, then you can go with the Obj-Open. And the part is like, you can ask me like what kind of key is present means, we can discuss while discussing about this method. And this is going to be individual classes on one time Obj-Browse, one day Obj-Open, one day Obj-Open by handle. So this is one more method. This is also similar to the obj open. You can use this one, or you can use obj open by handle, but this will require a primary key, not a normal class key. When you have the primary key in the clipboard, when you know the primary key exactly which class it belongs to and what keys it is going to have, so you can use directly obj open by handle, which is going to maintain the unique records only. So it will fetch a single record as well as how you are going to use for the obj open, and it will run on PZNS key only. So once you pass the PZNS key, this is going to pick the results. And also we have one more method called obj save method. So this obj save method is the one, if you want to save the data back to the database, if you want to insert or if you want to update anything in the backend table, right? So in that case you can go with this obj save method. So this method is going to update the results in the backend table. And also one more method is like obj delete one. Obj delete is used to delete the records in the backend, any kind of delete instances if you want to do. So you can go with this method, like how we are fetching, one more we are updating, inserting, one more thing is like we are deleting, like this way. And also we have again two methods like obj delete and obj delete by handle. By handle, by when you have the uh, primary key, like when you have a PZNS key with you, you can directly use obj delete by handle. Or else you can, if you have normal key like class key, any kind of key which you given in the table, right? So those things if you have means, you can go with that obj delete itself. But if you have primary key and you can directly pass the instance very uniquely, you are sure that you have the instance key, then you can directly go with the delete by handle, but both will work in the same way. So when you use these methods, right, so PRPC is going to generate the SQL queries in the backend. When you use obj browse or something, directly it will run the queries. It will take all the query whatever it is going to present in the method, right, Java query. So those queries it is going to pass to the external table, and this is going to run the DT. Sorry, I mean it is going to run the queries, and it will fetch the results. It will again going to present with you on the PEGA level, page levels. Okay, so this is how we can use these methods. And also in this I will show you like how to call decision table and decision tree, and also we can discuss about few of the functions like we discussed in the data transform also, right? Like build and expressions and all the things, like whatever you have done in the data transform, right? Multiple functionalities, everything it will work in the activity also, but you just need to know how to utilize those things. And also I will explain you like how to send the emails notifications, email notifications. And also here we are going to learn how to call the SLAs, like many things, even weight shapes and all things also, flows, how to generate the flows and everything, all the things we are going to now onwards. In every concept we are going to use this activity only. So I'll show you how each and every method how we can use and how to interact with the system, we'll see. Okay, so this is the point about the activity. Now let's go with the practical part, like how to like we'll take a scenario. First I want to go with, already I just showed you page new and page remove and property set, right? Let's go with obj browse with a proper scenario. And in this scenario anyway we are going to include this page new, page remove, property set, and I will show you how to run in standalone and as well as how it is going to run in the flow level, in the runtime flow level. Okay, so let me take one scenario. So based on that we can easily start. So first we'll start with obj browse. So this obj browse, my scenario is very simple. I don't want to take any complex one. Let's say we used some kind of states related drop downs, right? States and country city related drop downs, right? So what we used to do, so we used to select, whenever user is going to select the country, based on the country selection we used to display the states. Based on the states selection we are going to display the cities. To do that, what we did, we create a report definition, we create a data pages, and we pass the parameters. Whenever user is going to select the drop down, we are passing there one report or data page. We are passing the respective country parameters to the respective data page. From data page to we pass to report definition. That report definition is going to fetch the results. Those results again we are displaying in the on the UI level, right? So similar thing we can do by using activity. So there is no option will be present on the section level to call activity. So let me open the same class, interaction class. In this we have a customer related information section, right? So let's capture that claimant information, customer information screen. Okay, so let's take the case step first, which section is calling over there. I will take those things only. Configure view and open the specific section. So let me add the section here, and I will add the country, state, city as well. So now if you want to show any kind of drop down values, means what you can do easily, you will use the source, right? So in this source, if you are defining on the property level, you can use this one, or else we can use this, or else we can use the type of source like data page or clipboard page or report definition, right? So we already observed how to use the data page, how to use the report definition. Now we'll use the clipboard page by running the activity. Let me take a report definition first. So let's see any kind of data types are present. Okay, I have few things. Report definitions. Let me check the country related one. So in this country class, so in this country class already few of the report definitions are present. Get countries list. So by using this get countries list, I can pass the values and I can get the results, right? So let's copy this one, go to customer data, use the report definition. So it is asking the class. Let's copy this class, and you know, right, how to call the report definition and get countries list, and what property value we need to set, country code and country name, right? Which one you want to set it in the backend, which one you want to display. So after once you set this one and save, this is going to pick the data, run the report definition, and from the drop down value we are going to get the results like this, right? In the same way we can do for the states as well. Let's do the states and cities. So here like this way we are going to pass the parameter to this one and we are going to get the results, right? So let's go back to the let's close the country and we'll go to states. In the states also I want to use the report definition only. So under the class of, so parameter, we can give the country name, and once you pass this one, state code and state name. This you're sure, right, how to do this? We already did this for cascading process, right? And let's include some
Yes.
folder. So until you select, this is going to be blank, but whenever you select some country, based on that the result is going to come, right? So same process I want to do by using the activity method. We just need to understand same process we can do either using report definition, or we can go with the data page, or we can go with the clipboard page. This clipboard page is option. This option we can use only when you're using activity. So we should know we can take any of the approach. If you take data pages, it will use the cache memory, so you can avoid multiple database hittings, right? If you click on the report definition, it will be every time interact with the database. For every interaction it is going to be connect with the database. And if you go with the activity, again it is going to run few of the methods to load the data. So like that. So which is approachable, which is recommending means data page first of all, but we should know how to use the data pages, clipboard page and report definition. Three things. So now I'm going to show clipboard method and how to use it. Some cases you will go with activity only. So in that case, how to use this one. Once you add the clipboard, what things will come here and how to use those things. The things we are going to learn now. You already know the existing method only. This is existing features how you used already. But I'm going to show how to run this in the activity to fetch the results, to pass the results and fetching the results. Okay. So you are clear about the scenario, right? So we are going to create one activity to retrieve the state codes and state names from the states table, so that I can display the values from the customer detail screen whenever user is going to start clicking on the state, right? So we are going to pick from there. To do that, we are going to see, before that I just want to give one placeholder to the country level, or else it is picking directly any direct country. Okay, now let's understand how to call the states activity. So first we'll move with this clipboard page. Okay, so let's move with the clipboard page. It is expecting one clipboard page, means first you need a clipboard page, then only you can call the activity. So before going to directly, we cannot call activity from here. We need to create a separate activity, and already you are creating under which class you are planning to call, right? So in that class itself you need to call the activity. So let's open the class in the left hand side. and go to technical category. You will have the activities, create a new activity. So here I want to get the results, right? So get states list, and under the branch, under this class, I'm planning to create. Let's click on create and open. And what is our plan first? First thing is what? First we should not use all the unnecessary things. First we need to make a plan. We need to make a design document like what we are actually need, what we need actually. So I want states. I want all the states list results, right? I want all of my states list results. Not only one, I want all the states, but based on country parameter, based on the user selection. Whatever the user is going to select in the UI, on the UI level, those value I want to pass directly. Normally if you want to fetch every results means it's very simple, but passing the value like how you are doing in report definition, right? Similar way only we can do. By getting the current parameter, current value of the country, we can take it, we can fetch all the results first, 20-30 results. Based on that, again we have to filter out with the country specific, then we are going to display the same results. So to do this, what method we can use? Okay, every time whenever you want to fetch multiple results from the database, you can go with Obj-Browse. This is a page list structure. Okay, so if you are going to get multiple results means without passing any key, nothing, then you can go with the Obj method. This is going to fetch the list structures. List structure results it is going to fetch, and those are read only. It is not going to be in an editable format. So Obj-Browse method we can apply to this one. And once you click on drop down, right, so you can directly choose Obj-Browse. And once you click on this Obj-Browse method, if you expand this one, it will ask few of the parameters. So those parameters are like page name, which page after fetching where I should hold. Like this will be like we should enter this one, where is the destination to choose the results. You are fetching, okay, you are going to some place and fetching the results. Where you want to hold those things. While running, on clicking on the drop down, this activity is going to run. This activity will fetch. First of all, we need to show which class class related results, means class is mapped to one table, right? Whenever you select the class in the definition tab, you will have a test connectivity, right? Based on that only we can understand which table this is mapped to, right? So in the same way, we need a class to PEGA will identify the table name. So which table you want to fetch the result. So you need to mention the object class, those table, whatever the table you want to fetch, right? That table we need to give. Okay, PEGA is going to fetch the results from this table. And after fetching results, let's say 30 results are present. Where you want to hold it? You need a page. You need a page to hold the results. So we need to mention the pages, page results, whatever the page you want to mention. So but we are going to get the multiple results, right? So you don't need a page, you need a page list. So you need to maintain a temporary page list into this. So page list, if you want to create it already, if you have means it's fine, but you are running it in from the drop down level, right? So you don't need to use any kind of external page. You can create temporary page list as well. So let me take one temporary page list. We can create directly in the uh, activity level itself. Let's say states list. This is the page list I want to create. And state list means you know the page list structure, right? So page list is going to have the one of the property called px results. So in this way only you can create the page list temporarily in the directly in the clipboard structure. So whenever you are going to make a page list, definitely this px results will be belongs to one of the class called code-pega-list. So this is the structure we need to follow. And once you maintain this one, and where you want to exactly create this page list class. Normally this px results will come from the code-pega list, but this page is going to maintain one of the class, right? So you can create any kind of class. So let's say I want to maintain under the states class. Under this class, this is going to create under the clipboard. I will show you in the clipboard structure, then you will understand. So let me use this states list page here. So what it will do while you are getting the results, right? Obj-Browse method will use the queries. It will run few queries in the backend. It will go to this class, states class. It will search for all the results, and whatever the results, let's say 30 results are found. Those all the 30 results it will bring to the activity, and in this Under this page list structure, it will store in the clipboard level. Okay. And also you can see another option is called max records. So max record is optional, you don't need to, these two are required, definitely you have to mention, but these other options are optional only. So here you can, how many results you want to return. Sometimes you may have 10,000, 30,000, 1 lakh results also in the table. So, but we need to show only 500 records. We need to show only 300 records. We need to show only 100 records or top 5 records. So, in that case, we can maintain the records. How many? Like the default value is 10,000 for sure. It will start from 0 to 10,000. More than 10,000 means PEGA will not recommend to use this Obj-Browse method. We need to do multiple times separately. But the recommended one is the 10,000 one. So, 10,000 records it can return. In this, if you want to mention only 50 results I want, it will return only 50. If you want only 12 results, you can mention in the maximum results. Okay, so this maximum results is the one which will reduce the demand from the database of activity memory. So if necessary only we need to use this, or else we just need to ignore that, because whatever the results are present it will fetch only. Next one is get row key. So this get row key is like retrieve the primary key column. So this will be selected only normally when you are going to create, right? This will be selected only because this will clear the primary key. Normally if you have any kind of primary key, right, so you need to provide here. Once you select this one, you need to provide your PZNS key. But if you don't have also, no problem, PEGA will take care while you are running, right? It will take your PZNS key automatically, and this will check the results in the class level, right? It will check your PZNS key, and it will, based on that, it will try to get the results. Once you select the get row key only, this row key is going to present. So if you select this one, right, so when you give the get row key, right, this is mandatory for sure. So mostly we don't use this one. This will be needed whenever you want to pass separate key. Sometimes we'll pass a key rather than going with PZNS key. I will take one requirement for this, but normally you don't need to select anything right now. You just keep it however it is, like. Okay, so you can keep it blank also, or else you can change the PZNS key value also. Sometimes we will pass the hard coding value based on the requirement. We'll come to this point later. First we'll start the basic idea of the Obj-Browse. And lightweight wait list, use lightweight list also, it will be checked. So this will be used to, normally for better performance only we'll use these kind of things, will be present in the data page also. So like some kind of operations, like performing any kind of some complex logics only, we'll keep this checkbox on. So this won't do anything, this will just keep the performance levels. The results are coming in the read only page, read only structure, right? So this is going to maintain the some kind of operations in a, not going to be in a higher level, it is going to maintain the processing. Mostly this is like for using for the declarative processing. In the declarative processing, some kind of it will run in the backend, right, whenever you use the property. So in that cases, while fetching the results also, that property is included, right? So it will make some kind of conflict. So in those kind of conflicts, if you want to avoid, you can use this, or else you can uncheck, no problem. This is also optional only. And logic, this logic is similar to the report definition. Like in report definition, you will maintain the logics, right? Here, filter logics. If you have more properties, more columns, filter conditions, right? So here, what you will do, you will maintain this F1 or F2, or F1 and F2 and F3, or F1 or F2 and F3. So this kind of logics, if you want to implement in here, you need to mention the label. So those labels you need to run the logic here. So right now I'm not running any logic, so we'll see this part as well. And also you can see the select field and condition and value. This is the one, is the filter condition, similar to the report definition. Whatever the filter condition, you are trying to pass the parameter and you are trying to get the result, right? In the same way we can do in the Obj-Browse also. We can have the field, we can choose the condition which is greater than, sometimes let's say I want to get the results only the state is starting with I, and also the state is like state code is starting with some number, or equal to, less than or equal to, contains, if it is not null, some results. We can make the filter conditions, and we can do the sorting as well. The results are coming, okay, you want to show it in ascending order or descending order, so which way you want to show. So we can do those ways. So and then this select button is the one, like if you select this select button, right, so this select feature is the one which is going to check the each embedded page, like each page list results. It will check the SQL statement at runtime. So if you select or not select, but whatever the select you are going to do, definitely logic is going to check. Let's say I am adding 5 results here, 5 filter conditions, 2 I selected, 3 I didn't select. So logic is not going to pick the unselected one. So definitely the filter condition which are going to use, check it include the selectable columns. Okay, let's see this parameter first one. Like we are trying to fetch the state results based on this class, and we are using these all the things. I want to run few of the columns, like I want to fetch based on the country code. Let's say we need to mention the country code value here, and if you want to maintain any kind of results, let's say just a second. I want to fetch the results, right? So in the okay, first I don't want to give any kind of results. Let's delete this one. Let's save the value, and we'll try to run it standalone. We'll see how the results are going to get formed. So before this, in the clipboard nothing is present, but click on run and click on trace. We'll understand how the processing is going to be. Once you click on run, it is showing some errors. Okay, so you need to understand why this is coming as error. So let's move to the tracer part. So when it is getting error while fetching the results, it is showing some error. So if you come to here, can't use property PZNS key in this report, it is not a column. So it is saying like, as per our logic here, PZNS key is not needed to run this report definition, sorry, to run the activity. So just ignore this PZNS key and all this get key, which is not needed. We are not following any kind of PZNS key, it is showing. Okay, let's, I said right, so based on the requirements only we need to pass. If you don't have, we need to pass the direct value only. So it is not able to catch it. So let's run it again. And anyway, that is optional. It is not required to maintain. Now it is coming success, right? So let's go to the clipboard structure and let's move to the tracer part. Okay, it's not traced. Let me again click on trace and run it. So operation is success. In the tracer results are, you can see here, activity is running in the first step, but it is running on the run record primary page. Run record primary page means whenever you don't mention any kind of page in the step page, it will run on run record primary page, means on the main class it will run, but that is not a problem. And after that, in the Obj-Browse, if you click on here, this is going to, on the run record primary page, you cannot see any results here. If you want to see the results specifically, before running only we need to mention the settings tab. From the tracer, if you want to see, you can go to this page name. You can give a page list of whatever you are maintaining, right? The states list and all you can mention in this, and click on add. Then only tracer can open the results to show. Let's run one more time. Now on clicking on this Obj-Browse, right, you can see, one second, it is still not showing because in the settings this is not added. Okay, you can see like state list. So here these many results are present right now, 8 results are present. So it is creating one page list structure in the backend, and the maximum rows are, it is getting 10,000 because you haven't specified anything, right? So it is fetching the results, and in that results it is fetching country code, country name, and sorry, country code, state name, px update operator, create operator, class, and everything. All the information it is fetching. These results are present in the backend table on the specific class. If you want, you can open that specific class related table. In the data type on the states class, how many results are present, how the same how report definition is going to fetch, right? In the same way it is going to fetch all the results. So while getting the results, total 8 results it is fetching, and inside this whatever the properties are present in the table level, right now it is 3 only, but once you click on the editable columns, right, you may have some other features also, some other properties also, right? So it is fetching everything, but these properties are not needed to you. Let's say in that case, what you can do, you can maintain the respective properties only, whatever you want, right? You can maintain the respective properties. Let's say I don't want multiple things, I want only state code, and I want only state name, and I want country code, let's say. These three results only I want. I don't want unnecessary any kind of results. So if once you save it, next time when you are running, right, just clear this one. While you're running, you can see the success button, right? So once you move to the tracer and Obj-Browse, you can open your respective page list. So in this page list, it is going to get the only 8 results, and it is not fetching any unnecessary property related results. You are filtering with only these results. Like I want to only see state code, state name, and country code, right? So like this, we can get the results and we can maintain it. And if you want to see the clipboard structure, like how the clipboard structure is forming, after that, pause this one and go back to here and open your clipboard structure. In the clipboard, one page list is going to form. That page list is like we created, right? States list. This state list is going to form, a page list will form in this way. First, it is going to states list is belongs to code PEGA list. Once you expand, PX results will come. Under the PX results, each results is going to maintain by SRS FW loans data state. Like this, each results is going to be hold in the clipboard structure. Like in this way, Obj-Browse is going to create the page list in the clipboard level. It will get the results, it will form a page list. In the page list, it will map the results. So this py class name, we need to map it manually, because we already taking the px object class. We don't need to think about this one. This is coming by OOTB feature. This is not a problem to us. So this is how we are getting the results by using the activity. Now we need to show the filter condition, right? So we need to maintain the results based on the country, right? So here we can take the parameters. We can take, like, whenever the country code is, we can maintain the parameters here. So if you want to maintain the parameter, you need to go with parameter tab. Same like report definition. I want to maintain one thing like country CD. Let's say my parameter is country CD. Let's save this one. Here you can pass whenever the country code is equals to, which is equals to param.country cd. You can automatically, it will get the drop down. In the drop down, you can get the parameter country tab. And this is the gear icon for the expression, but right now it is not needed. So whenever you give the parameter, right, same like report definition, while you are running, it will expect the parameter value. Based on the parameter value itself, it is going to get the results. States list, px results. This time only 3 results are coming, right? Only based on the value of the parameter. So like this, I got the results by running the activity, and you can see this error message here, severe error message. It is saying like performance issue is coming. The performance issue is coming like maximum records has not been specified for the Obj-Browse method. If you leave it as a blank, means it will take as default 10,000. Consider the specified maximum limit, provide the query performance. So to avoid that, what it is saying, suggesting like recommendation is like mention some results rather than maintaining the 10,000 records. So one error message is reduced. Second thing is maintainability. What it is saying, like the use of activity rules should be limited. The need for your activity can be reduced by using data transforms as well as techniques of case management and other things, declarative rules. So it is saying like rather than going with activity, why don't you go with data transform and use some other features are available in PEGA. You can maintain, you can use you can maintain this like this way. So rather than going with this, just giving a recommendation. As I said, right? So when you're going with the complex logic, which you cannot do by other rules only, you can go with the feature, or else PEGA will not recommend you to run the activity. Unnecessary rules will run in the backend, and you need to create a test case. But right now it is not needed for us. And here we need to test like however we are doing the running the conditions, right? In this way we need to run it. So let's use this one now. I want to check in this. My code is done. So once after these results are coming, right, this activity is running. So this activity I want to call in the drop down level. So while creating the states, right now I'm not using report definition. Okay, so let's keep it on the defined property level only. Let's save it. And once I go to preview, on the selection of the country, right now it is nothing is present. On selecting of the country only I want to show, but it is not showing anything because on property level nothing is present. So I want to capture this value by running an activity. So in this way we use the property, we use the method called source called clipboard page. So clipboard page and activity, whatever the page you are using, right? That page you need to mention here. Let's say my page is states list.px results. In this clipboard page only values are coming. Once you give this one, it will expect. So it is saying like invalid data page or page list or page group. And remember one more thing, guys. Section will not understand the page list which is not present here right now, because this is coming when you run the activity only. This page list will get created, right? So section will not understand whether this page list exists or not. So we need to mention the page and classes as well. So mention the same thing. Now once you give this, go back to this one and change your clipboard page and maintain your, automatically this page list clipboard page will form, and when you click on drop down values, select this. Now it will ask you, do you want to run this on the data transform or activity? Once you click on activity, it will expect the activity name, whatever the activity is present, right? You need to give that get states list, and it is a activity is expecting one parameter. So this parameter I want to take from country, right? So you need to pass the value dot country, and you need to expect the value here. So which value you want to set, state code, and I want to set the show in the display level like state name. So what will happen when user is going to select the drop down, right? Whenever user is selecting this one, this activity will run first. This activity will run, and it will take the parameter of the country code. It will pass it to the report definition activity, and will get the results. Those results are going to form in this clipboard structure. Whatever the results are present this, right? So this is going to show be in the that drop down value. Like this way, it is not going to start directly with the clipboard page. It is going to run the activity, will check into the activity. By taking the parameter, results will come. Those results will get stored into this page. Under this page again, we are having these values, right? So which value you are going to keep it in the backend, which value is going you are planning to display. So it will be taken. So these all the results value will be converted into a drop down, and those values are going to be displayed to the user. Let's save this, and again I want to show the preview. I can run from the flow as well. For right now it is showing everything, and once you select the specific India country, specific country, you can see only the respective country is going to get formed. Like in this way we can show the drop downs, but mostly we don't use activities for this purpose. We don't use for the drop down purpose, but in some cases we may go. That is the reason I just want to show the clipboard page. Most of the times to run some kind of logics itself to fetch the results from the backend table. This activity will be used to get the results, modify something. Again, you want to push it back to the database, right? In that cases, we'll go with the Obj-Browse method. But in the flow level, if you want to trigger means, you can trigger here. You can trigger in the flow action. You can trigger in many places, like how we are doing in the section level, right? In the same way, we can run this one. But drop down purpose you should not use, because that is not at all recommended one. But if you want to do, if you have a situation to do means, you can use the clipboard page. You cannot see any kind of like report definition database. You cannot see activity method. Okay, you can use this one, and also you can use for the data pages also. You know, the states related data page is present, right? Let me take the states data page. Get states, let's get state based on the country basis, right? So rather than using report definition, you can go with activity here. In the activity, you can mention the activity name, but this will take the, okay, which class it is created. This is created in the states class only, right? But we didn't create the activity under the state class. We created the activity under work class, so you cannot trigger. So whenever you want to use it under the data page means, you have to create the activity into this class, then only you can call the activity. So this way also, under the data run, under the data page also, we can run a source. Rather than depending on the report definition, we can run the source like this. So this is way we can use Obj-Browse. One of the way, I will show you multiple ways also. We are going to check multiple scenarios. In that scenarios, this feature will come. but till now this feature you just follow how to trigger this, how to maintain the values and all, and you can maintain the sorting also. You can check this ascending and descending order and check the tracer once, you will understand. And one more thing, like if you want to, it is equals to, right? So okay, we'll see in some other scenario. Few other options are there, but we can observe in some other scenario. And don't forget to mention the description. Okay, and these labels and our loop and when condition, we'll check some real-time scenarios, then we can follow this. I hope you are clear. So just finish this part, same part. Okay, and if you are getting any